It's on you while we do them.
He's also just doing that.
Right, welcome everyone. CSG meeting number, well, whatever it is. It's not any, we don't have numbers on these, do we?
No.
13th, just in case anybody's listening and watching it afterwards. So apologies for absence. We have John.
Yes, apologies from Councillor Harvey.
That'll be the person. No others?
No, that's all.
Oh, blimey.
There are only 4 of us.
Yeah.
Declarations of interest as we look through the agenda. Anybody? We will be going to the fair, so but that's not an interest. It's a duty. And notes from last meeting. Oh, I see I'm vice chair for next year as well. That's it then. We'll be open and done in a jiffy.
You just do that, does everyone agree? Then sign them.
Oh,
Yeah.
any objections?
No.
No.
Well, it's fine.
What?
It's not objective, it's just everyone agree.
All right. Well, that's the opposite to agree, isn't it?
I'm happy for you to sign them as
Thank
an
you.
accurate record of the meeting, Martin.
Right,
Do it, yeah, we just do a little initial one.
I'll do it later. Appendix A, current newsletter, item 4, winter 2022. Front cover.
I like-
Options then.
I like the first one.
Yes, I like the first one as well. That's not to say the others aren't nice. I
No.
just like the first one more.
Yeah, I agree. The first one is the best. I do like the third one.
Yes, who took that one?
That was one of the calendar competition entries.
Because it's a slow shutter speed to get the stars going around.
Oh, is that what I couldn't work out?
Yes,
Yeah.
Weird.
very good actually.
Well, they
Very
leave
good
their camera
photo.
there for hours sometimes, don't they? Yeah.
But I think number 1 is definitely the one.
I
The
just
reason
wonder how they took it.
Yeah.
Because
Where
it
they
looks like
were.
it's a drone, doesn't it?
it
But
must be a drone.
they only have a 10-minute sort of or 20-minute life noise to keep sending them up and down.
Well, of course, on the other hand, then they could have just merged 2 together and just done it in the sun.
Yeah.
You know, the camera does lie these days. It makes me look much older on the screen than I am in person. Right, so we go to the first one. And then we have Margaret, your words of wisdom.
There is a special pull-out section. I haven't made that up, have I?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So it's just the, rather than having a longer newsletter, it's the same length of newsletter, but the middle 4 pages will be pull out.
Be loose.
Did we agree to that?
We agreed to it by email,
Do we?
yeah. Because we had to look into it before we could have a meeting.
Right, well, I didn't have any problems with that.
It won't be loose though, it will be wrinkled in, so it will have to,
Okay.
but
Jigger it out.
it'll have a nice cover that looks different, so that when you do that.
So we're not putting a picture or anything on the pull-out bit.
Yeah, there'll be lots of pictures in the pull out.
All right, okay.
So it'd be like a separate little keepsake thing inside the main body of the.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Please keep me. And the Christmas card competition.
Line 1, I think it should be the, not A after the wonderful success.
Line one of which bit, sorry?
Christmas
Card
card competition.
Oh, sorry.
After the wonderful success. Depends how you read it, doesn't it? But we always bow to your expertise, Margaret, in these matters.
I think that. I agree.
Hmm.
And we're getting your name right now. Yeah. That's great.
Can I just, I have one suggestion. Instead of flick the switch, can we just say turn on the lights? Is that okay?
Well, then you've got lights twice, that's the only thing. Chance to, the winners of the,
Oh, yeah.
yes, it's in the past. Now, that was the other question I had, that it's not just for this one, it's generally. And I know you told me before, but I can't remember. When would we expect this to be distributed?
It's going to print around. It will be out for the distribution will start by Christmas light switch on.
It's the end of November.
Yeah, end of November. So it's about the 25th. So the day before distribution will start. So this is, you know, the cards will still be being sold in the clinic, but it's obviously BCQs, you know, they are our sponsor, they have covered all the costs. It's just one of those things. So
Can we just change the verb then in the second paragraph, line 4?
Mhm.
Can we just put have the chance rather than got? I actually struggle with these things when we're something that hasn't actually happened.
you know,
Could I suggest we're invited?
Yeah.
So does this go out before they switch the lights
This is
on?
It
it.
goes out just before the lights switch. The lights are switched on, so we can't be too. This definitely happened because
No,
freak weather event, it might be cancelled.
because
So we'll get the chance, makes more sense than had the chance, because this will come out before it happened.
Yes.
or as Louise suggested, you could say the winners of this competition were invited to flip the switch on our
Yeah.
Christmas lights.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
very.
that's better.
What about if we put a flick the switch in inverted commas as a sort of,
Yeah.
you know,
Because it actually won't be anyway. They're not really
No, it's
switching on.
Also, we're all standing at and would like to be involved in helping turn on the lights.
tell everyone our secrets.
I'll send you an email that tells all the secrets.
It's a bit wide.
We'll have to edit this recording.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all right then?
And then the next line, I think, sort of took place. It should
Maybe
be
it's taking place.
Yeah, taking place.
So instead of that took place, just put taking place.
Now there I thought that was all a done deal, that Christmas card, when I looked through it.
I think that the same thing I think occurred elsewhere as well. But I'll pick
So,
up.
okay, so Swan Trail then.
Line 1, I'm sorry about this one. Buckingham Town Council is, it's a singular, not a plural. I know most people would say, oh, but it isn't really, isn't
No, you're correct.
it?
Okay. Something on this one which I'd like to pick up throughout the last few words, please email the name and then an email address. Now, to be consistent on other bits through the newsletter, we've just got please contact and an email address. There's no name in front of it. And I think it's sort of nice to have a name to be able to, if there is one, of course, I mean, it could just be admin or something.
Yeah.
If it's an external organisation or whatever. So the Railway Walk Conservation Group, volunteers.
Paragraph 2, line 3. It says the area is a series. I think the area has a series of ponds, because it's not just the ponds, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're suffering, aren't you?
Well, this is nothing. This is the best I've been in nearly 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whoever
The contact.
came
Put
this,
her
yeah,
names, yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, you could put instead of contact email, just to keep that, you know.
Yeah.
As that's the only way of contacting, not putting that and a telephone number and a
Yeah.
postal address or anything. And these two pictures are the ones going in, are they? There's not a choice on this one.
So they were two that were released with, that Nina had and were released in a press release. One of them is very blurry, so we are trying to get a better photo of that.
Which one is that?
The one of, I think it is
One in the pond.
the pond,
The pond.
yeah.
I think we have a better plan.
Yeah, we can use that one.
So we will have in the end a picture with a big arrow in it and a picture with some water in it.
I think Nina has some more, and we can add some more photos, but for the purpose of this, it was just put.
The one with the bus, I mean, we could crop it. Do you know if there's any other volunteers though?
I think Nina does, yeah, she was trying to find one, but obviously before it was sent out, she didn't have one available.
Yeah, the one with the bus isn't good, so.
No, but at least it has TTV on the bus, which
Yeah.
sort of ties it in. And
Yeah.
Join in, feel good is a good slogan as well.
yeah, it's a shame it doesn't have the front of the bus, but hey, you know, we get the idea.
Or if there was a group of people nearer the bus, that would have been better.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know when their next meeting is and if we can put in a request for the photo we'd like, but.
I could probably cut the people out and move them a bit closer, maybe.
Do some Photoshop.
Other editing programs are available. Past events.
My only, again, it's fairly nitpicky kind of thing, perish the thought, eh? Line 4, I thought it would read better if you had a full stop after Nichols and then start a new sentence, free rides were given to those.
Oh, gone too far. Line 4.
It says, well, if I read the whole sentence, the fair was opened by the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Andrew Schaefer, and Head Showman Marshall Nichols, and free rides were given.
Oh, so full stop
Full
after
stop
that.
after Nichols and then free rides. Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
get the
agree?
wrong section.
All right.
Past events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the child fair, paragraph, so it's 1, 2, 5. It's the 5th paragraph down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then Halloween, Line 3. Similarly, I think it would be better to have a full stop after 9:30 p.m. The ticketed event took place on,
And then,
guests
Yeah.
enjoyed an evening of.
okay,
Yeah,
It's a bit, I say it's not a major thing, but fantastic. He thinks these things up.
that was written by Sam.
I know.
The bonfire fireworks one.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
So the bonfire fireworks section, we will update a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have time to do that for.
Yeah.
yes,
We know more about it now.
and the second riverines as well, and a little bit.
Yeah, because we actually didn't get quite as far as the cricket club.
Yeah, so,
And we didn't actually go from the bypass bridge either. We only went from the car park bridge.
so we'll add it.
And the only thing on the bonfire and fireworks is just being picky again. It's the word return. It's as though it has been somewhere else,
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
but it hasn't.
No,
We
Yeah.
just missed a year.
no, we didn't.
We didn't at all.
no,
No, we
it
didn't.
was on last year.
the event, I think how it's written is the event
Ah.
back,
I'm not sure we did it in 2020, but we did it last year.
yes.
Can't remember if we did it in 2020. And you were doing the PA, so.
It's all over there.
Mm.
Well, then we don't,
So you're going to put two plays.
Maybe a different
word.
word that's something exciting.
Okay,
Was held.
Or returns again.
I don't think we need to talk about it returning. Because,
No.
Yeah,
Mm. Find something. You're looking at thesaurus or something.
Yes.
And we've got some pictures here. These all. We've got two of the river imps, one of the fair, one of fantastic. Oh, and a back view of you, Margaret.
Mm.
are you shooting something?
I think
No.
I'm cooking something.
Oh, okay.
That one, Margaret.
I can't see.
Is the purpley thing from fantastic as well?
No, that was the summer trail. The mystery
the art
trail.
trail.
Keys.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah.
The last photos are presumably of fireworks, but
We'll find,
Yeah,
sometimes we use stock images of fireworks.
yeah.
Well,
The
that's
shape.
definitely our bonfire, isn't it?
Well, it's very difficult
Yeah.
to take good photos of
the
fireworks.
photos there are ones we have found we've taken ourselves and used, but it's just that, as Louise explained, some of these before they went out on the agenda, they will change. So
I don't think
newer-
you probably need a picture of fireworks in the sky.
No,
Everybody knows what the
no,
place will look like.
we will
The
have,
bonfire is good.
we have more stuff that we want to edit into that, like entertainment and things like that, so we can add a photo of that, for example, instead.
Yeah. There's some other bits of-
So we're not really in control in this meeting, then it all happens outside.
We'll get to see
We get to see the thing that are presented, but all the other bits.
I know, it's when things change between now and it going out,
Yeah.
which for events it does.
It'd be crazy if it didn't.
And that's why we trust the
Our staff.
office.
Yeah.
Right, royal visits to Buckingham.
So that, so page 7 of that will be all the pictures as that sort of front cover, as Louise mentioned earlier. We have a couple, we don't have as many as we'd like, yet, but we are working on getting some more
What pictures?
for that, yeah, from.
Because of, you're not allowed to use them.
Contacted some of the university to go in the archive when they visited and things like that, but they're having some network stuff go on, so they actually can't access the archive for a little while. So we will have some, just, I don't have some to sort of show you.
I'm interested in thoughts of the order of this, because we've got 3 pages of text, and then obviously some photos in there, but we want the design we talked about by email was that it would have a sort of nice commemorative type cover, so that would obviously mostly be photos. And then which order do we think the other 3 pages should go in? So we've got some information about royal visits, which, as we say, needs a bit more added to it. Information about the proclamation of the accession, and the final one was about other things we did to remember Queen Elizabeth II. So I think there's a feeling about which order they should go.
I think, can I just give my opinion? I think the proclamation should go last.
Yeah.
And maybe start with the royal visits and keep the respects in the middle.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree, yeah, proclamation last, because that's.
That's
sort of
looking
last thing,
forward, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Even if it chronologically, it's not that order necessarily. No, I think that's a couple of sort of suggestions, shall I say, on the first paragraph of royal visits.
Yep.
Line 5 to 6, each occasion that, I think it would be better each occasion when the Queen visited, rather than that. Is that right? She doesn't read right. Sorry?
I was just wondering if the Queen needed a capital then.
Yes, it does, yes.
Yeah.
Each, I mean, you probably ought to put Her Majesty the Queen, actually. HM or in full. Were remembered, each occasion, each occasion is,
Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
Start with on each occasion.
when the Queen visited, were remembered.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't work.
Each occasion that Her Majesty the Queen visited Buckingham is
Was
remembered, or is remembered as a splendid occasion. I
Or
don't
on
know.
the occasions.
We got occasion twice. I think we need to reword that completely, actually.
Yeah,
What about if you got rid of the first each occasion bit and just said,
When Her Majesty the Queen visited Buckingham,
each time Her Majesty the Queen visited Buckingham,
it was remembered.
it was remembered as a splendid occasion. Filled with pride.
yeah, that makes more sense.
All the occasions.
I think getting rid of the first occasion makes more sense.
I think it's easier to get rid of the first one, yeah.
So what have you got, Louise? Say it again.
Each time Her Majesty the Queen visited Buckingham is remembered as splendid occasions filled with pride by those who were present.
Is it as a splendid occasion? Because even though
Could we just say was a splendid occasion rather than forget the remembered?
I wonder, because we've got passive here, and it's better to have active verbs, not passive. So whether the people who remember the Queen's visits to Buckingham recall splendid occasions, they were filled with pride. I don't know, it might be just better to reorder it completely. I don't know. Maybe you can have a little look.
Or start with those present when the Queen visited.
yeah, that's what I was just saying. Those who attended the Queen's visits.
Her Majesty the Queen's visit.
Her Majesty the Queen's.
And I think you really need when you've got in line 3, you probably ought to put HM or Her Majesty as well.
Yeah.
It did seem to be a little bit inconsistent, I have to say, through the mourning period, how different reputable sources did that. I got the impression there wasn't a standard that you had to refer to past monarch in a
I suppose
particular
it would
way.
be really formal or talkative.
I quite liked her late majesty.
I don't think, yeah, I don't know, but, and that last paragraph in this one, our newly proclaimed monarch is not acclaimed. I mean, it probably is acclaimed as well, but it's proclaimed, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Without coming to proclamation.
Yes.
It was a proclamation, not an acclamation.
Yes.
This is a proclamation. Okay, yeah.
It's quite a thing that Anya had to read out, isn't it?
Oh, it's, yeah.
And she did well. It's well.
Oh,
She did very well.
Hopefully she was driven back from Aylesbury. She could rehearse it on the way back.
mm.
We did have an advance copy, so she saw it the day before, but
I don't think she was particularly expecting to be given a copy there, or she?
no, we didn't know it was.
No.
No, she said she'd been practicing all night. And she recorded, so.
Mm.
Yeah, that last one then. Why don't, instead of has also visited Buckingham, he first visited the town. Why can't we put visited Buckingham on da.
Yeah, that's,
Mm.
do that.
Because otherwise it's like stating it and then stating it
Yeah.
again.
Well, that's obviously work in progress anyway,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Have we done that one to death?
Mhm.
Okay, well, please do not change the words of the proclamation.
Well, we can't, can we?
Margaret's please.
Please say it is a true, correct representation.
Quite a mouthful, I have to say.
Is that word, 1, 2, 3, 4 up from the bottom, of happy memory, become our only lawful and rightful liege. Is that right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And all carries the turn.
Okay. Right,
Very odd.
there we go then.
Mm.
And are we having as many of these in as we can on pictures?
Mm.
I think so, yeah. It's so because the paper chose to run with syndicated information that was the same for everywhere rather than local
Mm.
content, there's not really a great historical record in the press of what we did.
Mm.
So I'm very keen to get as many
Mm.
photos as possible in there because
Mm.
copies of our newsletters go to the British Library Archive and
Mm.
create a nice historic record.
Yeah, it was quite disappointing not to find any of the local stuff in them.
There was so they did put some of it in. They had your original statement. that was
Oh,
sent
right,
out.
because I was away, so I missed a few.
So that did go in there.
Okay.
But they didn't include anything about the
No.
proclamation, which but they didn't include anything about any other type
No.
of information.
No.
No. It was in there. So yeah.
So in the panoramic one, I thought that was somebody's head there, but it's not, it's my fluffy microphone.
It's not.
Oh, right.
I was just thinking, who's standing there? But
Yeah.
that's all right. Because if you chop that out, you chop Anya out on the right. Then, so
I should have got you to take that photograph because you're taller than me.
I remember it now when you said, "Wait, come on, get off this platform."
What
No,
date
it was,
was
I
that?
think very well attended and very well done for putting it all together.
Yeah.
It was well worth it. I was a little apprehensive at the beginning, but it worked well.
We had lots of positive comments about the sound as well. Right at the back, people could hear,
Mm.
which is lovely.
No, it's good. Well, lots of things were good around that time that the town council put on. And then this one here, Buckingham pays respect to Queenie.
HM.
Yeah,
Again,
add
I
our,
think-
add our HMs. I think it will have to be HM because we'll run out of space.
Yeah, and the same in line 1 as well, I think. we need
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
And paragraph 1, line 4, I can't believe that slipped in. Morning.
Yes. Apologies.
Oh, yeah.
Paragraph 2, line 1. I didn't like, again, it's the verb. Another way residents could have paid their respects. I think if you just put could pay their respects, you don't need.
Could you possibly just say another way residents have paid their respects, because this is obviously
Just
after the
paid their
event.
respects.
Yeah.
Just, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, in the past. Isn't it?
Yeah.
paid their respects.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah,
yeah, that is better. And line 3 of that paragraph, it's not Union Jack, is it? It's Union flags. And with mourning cravats attached, comma, around the town centre. Does that, the town council also coordinated putting up Union flags? Yeah, around the town, yeah, I think you need a comma after attached.
Yeah.
In paragraph 3, line 3, should we not name the Vice-Chancellor, Professor James Tooley, not just the Vice-Chancellor?
Should we mention Will as well? I don't think his name's in
Oh, yeah, led by the rector, Reverend.
yeah, I think he should be mentioned.
And line 4, I'm sorry, I can't, other reverends is not right. It's either got to be church ministers or priests, not reverends. That's a completely wrong word. I think church ministers would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And again, we've got, I don't know whether I'm just particularly in today against the passive voice, but that there were various hymns sung. Various hymns were sung, including.
Yeah, just move the word.
Various hymns, and you don't need there.
Get rid of various as well. I'm just saying hymns were sung.
Yeah, or a number of hymns were sung.
Yeah,
Like to expand that, do you?
No, whatever.
Depends if you're short of, if you can fit in a number of, after putting HM in the late HM Queen.
Oh, no, you can't do it at that point, can you?
No, it doesn't fit to that one, does it? So don't go mad and change everything, whether it's Queen.
I think we might have a better photo of the flag up our mast as well.
Now, I didn't, when I was watching it on the television, I didn't notice down the mall any cravats on there.
This is very interesting. We had a debate about this because they do have cravats on them, but they are not at the tip of the 45-degree flagpole.
Ah,
They're at the bottom, but also they're not 45-degree flagpoles. They're more like 60. So I wondered if there's when you don't have the same angle on it, whether you need to put it at the base so that it.
so they did have them on, didn't
Yeah,
Oh,
but you can't really see them very well because the trees are green and the contrast against the pole.
they? I thought, particularly comfortable. Is there another protocol for us?
Yeah, we did have a moment where we were like, did we get it wrong? Went back and checked, no, definitely said the end.
Well, you may get another chance.
Well, hopefully not.
I've got a few good photos from the church service.
Oh, yeah,
You need
yeah,
any?
thank you.
You've got Anthony there doing his bit in the picture.
He was our model.
Oh, is that who it was? I didn't recognise him.
It's very distinct.
How could you not recognise him?
No, I'm sorry, I don't. Doing the signing.
Yeah.
The music. I wouldn't have realised that at all. Sorry.
Yeah. And that's not real there in the photograph, is it?
Yeah.
It's changed then, surely. Money.
Sorry, what's the Will?
Yeah. In with the flag there and,
Yeah.
and the Barbara.
Yeah,
And he looks really different in that photo.
I think he does.
Yeah, he does.
seems to show it's strange that Anya wasn't in that photo.
I wasn't there, so I don't know if there's one in that room as well.
There's room to Photoshop her in.
Not no, Anya went into, I think she left at that point.
I've got one of her kind of side view walking in up the aisle, but I'm not sure I've got one.
Because the mace bearer really and the mayor or deputy mayor go together, don't they? As it were. But anyway, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. But it's a
It's
shame.
just a photograph.
Yeah.
I've got one just off the place, so you can just put people in if you like.
Right. Where are we now?
Yeah, on current events, I think.
Is that the next agenda item? Or is that
No, it's still in the newsletter.
still in the banner? Consent.
The paragraph about the winter
Yeah.
fair, line 1, it should takes place. You've misplaced. Our annual winter fair takes place at. And also line 4, there'll be plenty. That's there will be. But yeah, there will be. Like, can you see where I mean? Not they or
Oh, there will be. Yeah.
there will be. It's not a especially good photo of the winter fair, assuming that's
No,
what it is.
I did ask Sam if she could dig out some more.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
And the picture that's there on next to the war memorial is the one we were using for
Yeah.
the front cover.
So we
So
can't do that twice.
we might want to use
Yes.
swap those round a bit.
I noticed that as well. It's a very good picture.
See if we can get a photo of the reindeer.
The reindeer?
Photo of the reindeer. There's going to be reindeer and the Christmas lights are on.
No way. Oh, gosh. I think that's the meeting I missed.
There may be multiple about some.
I mean, I kind of confident that they will have others.
Or red noses.
We could put a red nose day nose on
And one of those bands with the
with
antler.
the flashes, yes.
They come with individual handlers who are very protective of the reindeer, so I don't think we'll get that away with
No.
that.
How many will there be?
It's going to be two.
Okay,
Two
cool.
reindeer, two handlers, and then they're gonna be next to the Santa van. They've agreed to come and they're gonna park next to the reindeer. So
When was the last time we had reindeer?
I don't think
No,
we've ever done.
Yeah, because I've only seen them at Christmas stuff in Milton Keynes and other towns and stuff.
We got in early and
Wow.
managed to book stuff.
Very exciting.
we should put that in there then.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Yeah, it will be, again, a bit like bomber and fireworks. Certain bits will, it
It
does
doesn't
sound.
say reindeer in there, but maybe we do it to the top.
What you see is what you don't get.
Yeah.
Real life reindeer.
Where does it say?
There's expect to see lots of beautiful lights, artisan market stalls, food,
Oh,
and
yes.
live music and real life reindeer.
Yeah, maybe let's move them to the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the first time.
Making a guest appearance.
Dancer and prancer.
I'm very excited about the reindeer, so.
Oh, I am too. I love them.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of, you know, when my kids were little, just taking them to all these Christmas adventure lands and stuff. There's some really beautiful ones around in the countryside where they
Yeah.
have reindeer walking around and everything. It's
Yeah,
really
we
lovely.
went to pick our Christmas tree up from somewhere on a steep cave somewhere. The farmer had reindeers in the barn there.
They
We
used to
didn't
have
go
them
with
outside.
the
of
kids, we
school.
went for us.
Oh, it does make it look so nice though.
Yeah, it just feels really
Yeah, totally excited about
To be
them.
honest, there was an element of, we all know that there's gonna be a lot of people on a tight budget.
Yeah,
And it would be completely free and you
Mm.
can walk there and you can see some reindeer.
take a couple of pictures. Yeah, that's really lovely.
Mm.
Well
Good.
done, Louise. So good.
Yeah. So future events, ones that come after the publication of the newsletter.
Now, I think it sounds like Rabina missed it as well, the last town centre and events meeting. The pancake race, we don't normally have it on a Saturday. And I've got it in my diary for a Tuesday as usual.
It can't be on the Tuesday because it's term time, but we are actually about to propose to the next TCNE that we move it to the Friday, the week before.
Because we normally have it in half term week. is
Yeah.
that-
To put it in half term, yeah. Yeah,
So
so
that's-
but be reasonably close to when Pancake Day actually is, so we're looking at Friday, which I think is the. It hasn't been agreed, but the meeting is before the first conference. That would be corrected.
So it'll probably be on Friday the 17th, is what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, that's what we're proposing.
As this is a newsletter coming back to Critical Craig, is it worth on the sort of last 3 lines on us? Yeah, last year. A road closure organised by town council will be in place while the parade is taking place. You put when it starts, but you haven't actually said when it finishes.
Yeah, so then
Just
kind of end time of the road.
yeah, because we put an end, so then people have got a bit of information
Yeah,
to work on, really.
And it also gets rid of the 2 places in one sentence.
And also, I think it'd be better to have that as the last sentence in that paragraph,
Yes,
because that's just a practical detail, isn't it? Whereas the theme for this year's parade is more important, isn't it?
I think that should be in the first sentence. This
Yeah.
year's Christmas parade with the theme of films.
well, the annual Christmas parade, yes, has a theme of
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
films, will be winding its way through the streets of Buckingham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because as soon as
Yeah, all
you,
of
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And if you put the start and end time, likely end time of the road closure, I think that's important information. We don't really know when it is going to end though, do we?
I don't think I would want to guess when the parade specifically will end, but if we say roughly when the road closure will
Yeah.
finish. Yeah, which I'm sure we can look
Yeah.
at last year's.
Hmm.
Well, yes, because we try and hold the start. Road closures, they're not in place at 10:45 necessarily, because we keep it all open. The car park bit
Yeah.
for much longer, so it's a
Hmm.
moving feast, isn't it?
Hmm.
But yeah, if we can put the end one in there, I think or something, it will give people some more information as it's a newsletter. Community fair, yeah. It's not quite true, is it, that it's once it's over, because it starts during it. We don't want people moving off the parade to go to the community centre.
Would it be, I'd stop by, I know, would it be better to come to rather than stop by? Stop's a bit of
Yeah.
a negative term, isn't it?
Or drop in,
Come to,
I like drop-in.
warm yourself up.
Oh,
In
I
this,
quite like warming myself up.
yeah, warm yourself up
Mm.
at Buckingham Community Centre, yeah.
And visit.
yeah, then obviously that would have to run through.
Oh, and they'll be serving hot drinks, won't they? So could include that as well. come and come warm yourself up and get a hot drink at or something.
And then they normally have like stalls which sell like cakes and sweet stuff and whatever.
Yes, I think there's normally.
Previous years, drinks and cakes and stuff have been done by like the WI.
Mm.
Things like that. Maybe we can check and name check them.
But it'd be good to remind people that they can. I mean, again, this warm spaces idea is around, isn't it? Yeah, nice warm space in the community centre with hot drinks.
You may need.
Although you'll have to pay for them, you know, it's
You can sit in it, you don't have to.
yeah, for the hot drinks.
Shame you don't have the reindeer.
In the community.
Health and safety, food hygiene.
They could just be at the back door, maybe. Right, we need the pancake race. So we're gonna hold that till next week, and then you'll know more, will you?
Yes, yeah, and there might be. Oops. Doesn't change for that. And we may still do this.
The food fair is 2023, not 2022.
Yeah, yes.
I didn't notice that till just now. Missed it.
A big gap in the magazine address as well.
Definitely.
It is, yes.
Yeah, it was fine.
And that's not hyper, or they won't be hyperlinked anyway. It won't be because it's a
No.
printed thing,
It won't be because it's a printed thing. They can be hyperlinked on the web version.
yes. Now, we spoke about QR codes at last meeting. Are any of these? Do we have more information, more in depth?
For the future ones.
Yes,
Yeah, so the Christmas parade and the community fair, but there's not so much more information that I would necessarily want to do a QR code.
okay. And what about, sorry, going backwards, what about the Queen's bits and bobs? Is there any more or not? We're not holding anything or doing?
Not particularly. I would say the website's still, the new website is getting quite near to being finished built. So potentially the links to these pages will change. So I probably wouldn't want to, thinking about it.
No,
put any
okay.
in this particular edition. I don't think there is a section, we've had various press releases, but it would be a bit,
I noticed all that, yeah.
yeah.
No, but I quite like the idea, if you want more information, you know, these QR things these days, and you know, there's a whole backstory to all sorts of things that you can get, which is more than just the typed print area.
It could be really nice, well, we don't have one on here, but obviously the next article in the newsletter is section 106. I was just thinking, if you have an article like that where you're talking about something where it's the partner group that you're working with, it could be really helpful to have a QR code directly into their website and the right bit of their website.
Exactly, yes.
And citizens' advice as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also you could have it for things like the mayor's charities, if you have a link to a QR code.
Straight to the donate page. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Or you could have some fun with it.
Long-term aim that we get that working, that we can have a QR code straight to the donate.
I think if you had a QR code for the Christmas lights or something,
Yeah.
and when you went onto it, it's just Margaret hugging a reindeer.
That would be lovely.
That'd be a lovely Christmas
For the
surprise.
for the spring one.
I might struggle with that. Allergies.
Yes, don't
I could get
related to.
I could get quite close, not too close.
Have you been checked for allergies
Not
with
too
reindeer?
specifically with reindeer.
Couple of antihistamines and you'll be okay.
We'll find out.
Mm.
Maybe not.
Right, so we've got some pictures down here. I'm a little bit perplexed. Oh, they're for all the, so we've got, well, that's the pantomime group, isn't
Yes.
it? But that's just the parade, and that's the parade. And then we've got the community fair. And then we've got
Pancake
Pancake
race.
pancake race.
and food
then
fair.
Oh, the food fair, right. That makes sense then. Perhaps you ought to blot out the price of the gluten-free brownies in case they're now £7 each.
Hmm.
Right, 106 agreement. And all the councillors go, it's a good question.
Line 3.
E.g.
Affordable houses. Why have you got capital letters for affordable houses? Why have they?
I don't think they need one. I think we can
No.
probably get rid of them.
And it appears further down as well.
Yeah.
You can do that. And bullet point 2. Survey and necessary supporting works to make Addington Road one way. Well, it isn't part of Addington Road, I think, would be better because
part of it is.
it's still two-way, which
two-way.
causes all sorts of interesting things. But anyway, but part
To make part of,
Addington Road.
yeah.
So that one there then, what you said about the second affordable housing, they might be in the form of money. They might be in the form of money compared to a school to build new classrooms, or they may be provided in kind.
I think so. By they, it's
About it.
due section 106 instead of them.
It may be in the formal, rather than they might.
Maybe in the form of money.
But it's what's that referring to? What is the they?
Exactly, yeah.
Pronoun for?
It's for how the section, so there will be obligations on the developer related to section 106 to pay for or create mitigations for the area of their development.
Could we not say 106 payments?
Yes. Yeah, these 106. Is that what they are though?
It's not exactly a payment. Sorry, it's because it's not necessarily just cash. So the obligation to have a certain percentage of affordable housing is also part of section 106, but that's, I was about to say never, I suppose maybe it has up somewhere and I don't know about it, but that's usually they just build the houses. That's
Well, it's 106 agreement then, isn't it? The 106 don't mention money then, 106 agreement to maybe build new classrooms or provide affordable housing. No.
No, I think you do need money. So, but you're right. I think 106 agreement is what they should be. So 106, the 106 agreement could be money that is given to a school to build new classrooms.
Yeah, that's
or
okay.
it might be what you put there before provided in kind, or it could be provided in kind by the developer, I suppose, like affordable housing to be handed over to.
Yes. Well, it's a very difficult subject.
Yes.
It's all sorts of things, isn't it? I mean, it could be for cheaper bus services.
Yeah.
So.
And just for accuracy, that last sentence in that first paragraph, the council cannot use the money for a project elsewhere in the county. I thought there was quite a lot of controversy or concern that section 106 money for houses here was being diverted to elsewhere in the county.
It has to be.
Only if it's agreed, that's the case, isn't it?
Yes, so it doesn't, the thing that needs to be really clear is that it isn't just for the new development.
No.
So it could be somewhere else in the town. It might be possible that it won't be in the town, it could be further away from the town if the agreement between all the parties is that is the thing that makes a difference. But obviously it is all quite complicated and we're trying to do a fairly,
Yeah,
Acceptable
it's not
Yeah.
legal speak, is it?
yeah,
But it is not easy.
I think once it's agreed, then it can be spent wherever the agreement is, but once it's agreed, then that's where it's got to go.
yeah.
You can't then move it to the other end of the county and say, you can have your swings down there, because that's what it wasn't agreed.
Maybe it's fair. I
See,
think,
this could be a good one for your QR code. So,
Yeah.
correct.
I just wonder, because Mark, I don't know, maybe, sorry?
I said I could have a QR code on this one that goes to Buckinghamshire Council.
Yeah,
Or whatever they have.
I just wonder, because Mark Cole is quite knowledgeable about the planning stuff, isn't he? Whether he would have any comment to make about it so that it does reflect practice.
So this article was written by Catherine and
Oh, by Catherine.
Oh, right.
it was written by Catherine and I think she did pass it to Mark. but I
Okay.
can't
No, or yeah, then she'll know, she knows, yeah.
All right.
I think we will send it back so she can double check it now that we've
Yeah.
made changes.
We're bound to her then. And after the first paragraph, that where it ends, must be linked to the development dash the council cannot. Is there a space between development and the dash? Because there's one after, just to be super.
Yeah, I've done it, yeah.
And the council is referring to Buckinghamshire Council there, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, do we want to say Buckinghamshire Council every time?
3 times.
We
Bucks
can,
Council.
Yeah, but
Just
just
to-
council.
no, you can't really say Bucks, we have to use the proper name.
Unless you put sorry, this is really awful. Unless you put bracket
BC.
after Buckinghamshire Council BC
Mm,
and then put BC there, because
We can do that.
mm.
and you probably, for that next paragraph with the sill, it would be better to put sill brackets. Oh, no, it'd be better to put community infrastructure levy brackets sill.
Still,
Is the
because it
correct
always
one.
comes up, the abbreviation.
Yeah. Although I don't think that's being referred to again, but it is, yeah.
No, it's not being referred to, but we're just saying if you read it elsewhere, then you may
Yeah.
get off sill.
Yeah.
Mm. Can I just say, the picture of Lace Hill, do we need that there?
It's not a great picture, is it?
And also, by the time you read through everything else, you start thinking, oh, why is that picture there?
Lace Hill was funded by Section 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We could do something else with the play area.
you may not need anything.
Yeah.
It's such a wide, varied thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Or a
We could
picture
go
of the
with some-
primary school. Lace Hill Academy,
Yeah,
because that was
School.
built.
Unless you put it in the middle between the two and break it up,
Ah.
where it says at Lace Hill.
Mm.
And then, because the other one is more sort of sill and the bullet points then.
Mm.
Yeah,
Or you could change it into a collage of, say, 3 or 4 things that you've mentioned.
Smaller pictures.
Yeah.
3 of them. or something.
Yeah.
to be honest, yeah. There is space for a picture on this page, so yeah, we can
Mm.
see if we can get a few.
They like pictures, it fills up the space.
Mm.
Go for a big collage then, because
People like pictures.
Says 1,000 words. Right, advice, citizens' advice, winter cost of living advice. Citizens' advice is winter cost of living advice.
Yes, it's not a great
Bit of a-
title, is it?
Should we say winter cost of living advice from, no, that's
yeah.
the same.
Expenses, outgoings, living costs. Oh no, you've got cost of living. Cost of living, why have you,
Yeah, cost of living.
Yeah,
For
we
winter.
were gonna be called winter debt, and they gave it a title when they sent over the article, so.
what, that of winter cost of living advice?
That was their title they put, but they weren't strapped for, that has to be.
Oh, we could put it in on 2 lines then, could we? So we could have citizens' advice, then underneath winter cost of living advice.
Yeah, and I don't think you need the apostrophe S. Or you could always have a colon or something. Or as Martin said, if you put citizens' advice first and then winter cost of living advice.
Or winter cost of living help.
Yeah, support.
Yeah, support or help
Yeah.
rather than advice again.
Well, of course, Citizens Advice Bureau.
No, it's not bureau anymore.
Oh,
Is
it's
it
not?
not?
No, don't put that in.
So it's just, this is advice now.
It's citizens' advice, not because
Yeah.
bureau isn't a word that you would
It sounds
use.
good though.
Yeah, I
But
like
it is
bureau.
still often called DAB because it's
Yeah.
a line of bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bit.
Well, there you go, Citizens Advice Bucks.
End of the
Underneath
era.
winter cost of living advice.
I'm old school, I put like bureau.
Anyway, this is their wording, is it?
Yeah, yes.
So we can't really,
We have trimmed it down a little bit, but yeah, it was quite long to start with, but yeah.
Line 2 in that first paragraph, after have, work out how much money you have coming in, not just in,
Yeah.
coming in.
Which one?
Paragraph 1, line 2,
Yeah.
how much money you have coming in.
And going out.
Coming in.
Yeah.
And another really annoying one.
Oh.
Paragraph 2, line 1, you don't want to comma after debts.
I think you have could just be deleted. I think that must be.
If you're in debts, you need to prioritise the debts, your debts. Your debts would be better, wouldn't it?
Prioritise your debts.
Mm.
Does it need to say you have? If you're in debt, you need to prioritise the debts you have. Sorry, what did you? We just gone for full stop.
So if you are in debt, you need to prioritise your debts.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Fine, sorry.
Or
And then
maybe the
debts.
second one should be the debts. If you're in debts.
you need to prioritise these, the payment of
These.
these.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Are you up to speed, Bethany?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go back to paragraph 2 and those last 2 lines? However, this is where I need your advice, Margaret. You can contact the organisation you owe money to. Do we need a comma there?
Yes, not.
So they can.
Mm.
Do we need a comma
Yeah,
between
it would
2
be
and
better.
so?
Yes, it would be better to
Yes.
have a comma.
Right, sorry. So that's 1, 2, we've done 3.
Paragraph 3, you don't want to, you need line 2, delete the comma after receiving. Are you getting everything you're entitled to, and is the amount you're receiving correct?
Yeah, agreed, yeah. And they've said on our website, do you want to say, do you want to put a little in brackets, see below or quote below, or isn't that appropriate these days?
Should we say that again?
They've got on our website, the benefits checker on our website, and you've got the website address below. Do you want to just sort of highlight that?
Yes, it's probably worth as well because changing that phrasing so it's clear that it's their website, not the town council website.
Yes.
Ah, on the Citizens Advice website.
Or you could say that as well, yes, as shown below.
We could put on a QR code for this one.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Bethany? Yeah, right. Okay. And it says we are running a free course. And are we sure that refers to citizens' advice?
Yeah, that needs to say
Bucks.
citizens.
Citizens' advice is running.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we try not to get the inquiries element.
They have also set up a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And again, in paragraph 2, line 1, it's the same. We have information on our website.
Would it be worth taking out the references to the website in the main text and just changing the final line to say, for more information about everything in this article?
I don't know, because is it not nice to say that, you know, we have a benefits checker, or I'm not so sure in paragraph 2 there, we have information on our website about this. Yeah, you could say that you could incorporate that sentence in the first sentence, couldn't you? If you're in debt and need to prioritise the debts, check our online dot. Okay, so that's, and then we've got their logo there. Citizens Advice Bucks, as you say. And it's got an email.
It's not going to be readable in fact.
No, I was just thinking, could you not bring that email out and put it, you know,
In the text, yeah.
for more information? Well, you've got an advice. For more information, visit or contact for advice.
Yeah.
Money matters at.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
Good
want
point.
to try and spell it out so that it's, you know, if you're in that predicament, then you like to have things on a plate for you, don't you?
Yeah.
Not quite in those words, but you want to make things as easy as possible, don't you?
Definitely.
Right. Woo. Oh, and then we've got the events diary. FTH, there wasn't any.
That is to do with, do you remember we started putting little logos on which tell people what kind of traders can book in?
Right.
If they're interested. It's just the code.
So these get translated into something else, do they?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
We've got a date for the annual town meeting, haven't we? Mentioned on
Thursday the 25th. Again, these dates will change because, like we said, the calendar will be.
We're sort of in the middle of the calendar, no? I think it is the 23rd.
it's the 23rd of March, yeah.
But the picture, do you have a preference as which one to use? Is that correct?
The pictures underneath.
Yeah, we normally.
The one on the right with the, are they from Willy Wonka's factory or something?
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, this is done. It looks as though it's been adjusted in height or width.
It has, yeah, just a bit.
The one of the bagpipers, I like the idea, but the photo seems a bit dark. Can it be enhanced?
We might have a better one.
I thought I like that because that's the Christmas parade again, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the stars are quite nice, I suppose.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the Willy Wonka are local people, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What's our association with men in skirts? Kilts, sorry.
Well, they're in the.
I know they're in the parade, but
and it's in Buckingham.
Yeah,
Apart from that, it's the Buckingham Christmas parade being led by the pipe band.
do we only get one picture then?
Normally.
Oh, okay.
Depends how much space there is.
So that's the main back page picture, is it? The pipers? Or is it all three?
No, it's one of the three.
Oh, one of the three, sorry.
Yes, it is the better picture.
We can have another look at the parade pictures. I pick something else.
I do prefer the parade ones because when I saw the Willy Wonka ones, I had to think who they are and why it's there.
Yes, it doesn't say much, does it? I can see where it's taken now, yes.
And it's not very Christmassy.
We don't have many photos from last year's Christmas parade. Because,
No, that was the Pipers
Sorry,
and the
stop.
thing from years ago, but the Pipers, that was the best pitch out of the band going. But we can,
There's other parade pictures we need to look.
I'm sure you can just edit it to be slightly brighter and nicer
Yeah, we can.
and change the contrast a bit.
Mm.
Do you have Photoshop now?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You pay a monthly fee, don't you?
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's so much easier.
Okay.
To resize and edit and do those things.
Wow.
We have something as well now, 6,000.
Okay, so that's,
That is the end of the newsletter.
yes, all the way back. I want to print out the first bit. So, item 5 then, consent form.
So do we do actively do this at events, do we?
Yes,
Yeah,
so we've been doing it for
yeah,
however many years we've had to, since
yeah.
2019, there you go. It's, I say you have to, and in public spaces, it's,
Yeah, it's
That'd be
wise, and also if we want to use the photos.
yeah. So it's literally just some minor changes, not to any of the text at the top, which is all the same, but to the actual form to make it slightly easier for people to understand where they're meant to put their name or where they're meant to put their child's
Okay.
name.
Right, and what happens after 5 years?
To the photos.
Well, I don't know, I'm just asking. To this form, it says this form is valid for 5 years from the date of signing.
Don't use images that are more than 5 years old.
Right, okay. Do we know? Well,
Not normally, not for people anyway.
okay,
We normally only used last year's, to be honest, and then there's been a bit more going further back because of COVID, but that's still within 5 years.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, done. And 2 screens. Banner policy.
the only thing I did wonder, Louise, when did you write this?
What, the banner policy?
Yeah, because it says interim deputy town clerk on it.
I actually wrote it originally for whichever meeting we last had that was in chorus.
Okay. And just because it's stated the 13th of October,
Very.
Yeah,
it'd be better to delete the interim.
but technically the agenda went out last week, so I'm still interim last week.
Yeah, when did we have the interviews? Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
The agenda went out on Thursday. So.
Okay.
Now, I did have something on that, and I can't. pick it
Now
up
I've distracted you.
No, I can't find it where it was. Was that in the link, was it? There we go. Oh no, that was tourism. That was the leaflets. Why can't I find anything on? It's not in here, is it?
What are you looking for?
the banner policy?
No, it looks like the agenda didn't quite go together properly.
I thought I saw it somewhere.
There is, the previous agenda had a full version of the
Ah.
policy, and it was meant to be included with this, but it hasn't. But
Right,
it,
because from memory, when I looked at it,
I can get the
it was,
version.
I thought we spoke about environmentally friendly tying on of said banners.
Yes,
And when I read it, it didn't really allude to that. And I'm afraid I don't have it in front of me now.
so on the report, I've put changes in it 2.3 environmental requirements bit. Let me see if I can get the policy up, because that's going to be the easiest way to do this.
Oh, here it is. I've got it.
Yeah, so that's the
Right.
but it's not the full policy, that's just got the changes.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at 2.3, you can see.
Where possible, and should reusable and should be fixed, secure with the rain. Oh, maybe I was looking at the actual policy then, the old one.
Because, yeah, in the original old policy, it wasn't that
No,
clear
that's
about.
what
Yeah,
made me think about it when I went through all this. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was okay, just minor tweaks to it then. Anybody else got any concerns over it?
No, I think it's fine.
all right, we should probably vote on this.
All in favour, say
Yeah.
aye. Aye.
Thank you very much.
Unanimous.
They're the words. And did we put anything on the railings to say if you want to put something here?
I did, it's just temporary though, so it's a bit rain damage now. I need to order some permanent
Were
ones.
they not laminated or?
They were laminated, but the laminate doesn't stand up for too long in the rain.
Oh, there's not.
But we've got lots of Correx board hanging around, so we'll sort something fairly out.
Has anybody used those there, do you know? Or, I mean,
I don't
we're
know,
maybe going overboard.
but I do think it's improved over the last, since we were talking about this originally in the summer.
I think if there was, as you say, as we discussed, something there, if somebody was thinking of putting one up and then saw it,
Yeah,
or, you know,
so we put the signs up in the summer, and I don't think we've had as many, I think there's been one.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have been there.
No, yeah, there was one that when we changed, they had already booked, so they, like, people that were outside of parish, I had to say, right, so the ones you booked for, let's say, next week, they still stand.
They still stand.
Because you agreed when that was the previous policy, but going forward you can't, and they were like, yeah, that's absolutely.
But we haven't had any other issues with people putting bans up.
Not at all.
So there you go, they are working.
And we're only talking about the Catholic pens, we're not talking about the railings outside the old jail.
So
Yeah,
it applies to the old jail as well, but we don't seem to have as many issues with outside the old jail.
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
So if we spot some,
I thought we were always talking about the Catholic fence.
so if we spot anything, we need to let you know as soon as possible.
If you spot something that you think that wouldn't be
right.
covered under our
Yeah.
policy, yes, absolutely, do let us know.
Because Stowe used to sometimes put stuff up.
Yes.
Yes, and it says parish, isn't it?
Yeah, we stuck with the parish boundary, which doesn't include Stowe.
Yeah.
It does include some sort of countryside bits, but
Yeah.
It does, did you say?
it does go out, and I mean, that direction, it goes halfway across the Thornborough Bridge.
Okay.
I was just feeling sorry for some of the other smaller villages really that may want to promote.
But we don't very often, it's things like Thornton College and Akeley Wood might put on about their open days and things like that. And we wouldn't allow that anymore, which
They were fine with it, though, they.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they now have AA signs up, don't they? I think they probably have them anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on, otherwise, social media exceptions.
No, the next one is ongoing development of existing website.
Oh, sorry, just say it's ongoing.
So the update really is that we're getting towards the end of the new website being ready. We're not there quite yet. We've just done a big check through of the content on the new website. And we'll send in some corrections. There's a couple of other things to finalise with the supplier, including payments and how that's going to work. But once we get those out of the way, certainly before Christmas, I think we'll have the new website up and running. I was hoping originally that would be before the end of September, but obviously that didn't happen. Yeah, so we are nearly there though. In the meantime, there are broken things on the current website, but it's a pretty priority to work on the new one, as long as they're not nothing major.
When you first sent out the link, I did have it up on my pages looked at, but that was ages ago before.
I think what I'll do is once they've done all the corrections from this round, if I send the link around again and people can see that updated version. When I first sent it around, they hadn't put that much content on yet, whereas most of it's on there now.
Yeah. Right, okay, Bethany. Social media, yeah. I don't understand any of this.
So yeah, this one's going from June till August. It's sort of carried on from the previous meeting as well, but we're not sort of into our next quarter so far yet. So really the big events around the Jubilee and just after that were great. They did really well on social media across all the social medias. First one being Celebrate Buckingham Day, Fringe Week, individual events, more were the skate park, after market and family fun day, Peter Pan, and other things as well. The publications were the Pride Month flag raising, the banking hub, and the grants promotion. So yeah, had a good quarter.
Okay. Yeah, it's all the events have been good, so somehow you've got people there and told them about it. Yeah, just one thing, not on the report, I don't think, but it's about you, Bethany, because at the bottom it says officers involved, office apprentice.
Yes, but this was when it
Okay,
yeah.
but you will change that.
Yeah, no, it is. I am the administrator now, but when this was for the last agenda, a bit like
Yeah, crossover.
actually crossover, yeah.
As long as you don't forget, I don't want to put yourself down.
No, thank you.
So yes,
Were you the office apprentice?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I thought you ran the show.
Yeah.
But whenever I have any
she's no longer with your friends.
Someday she did.
item 9, press releases.
Now, I was a bit mystified by this because I don't think I've ever noticed before so many that weren't published.
Yes, I noticed that as well.
There is an explanation for this.
You just got ready for things in case.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's so basically, the way local papers work now is that there is essentially one person running each local paper, whereas before you'd have had a reasonably sized staff team, a photographer and an editor. And now it's literally one person. And that one person was off for quite a long time. And therefore their sort of sister paper, the person running their sister papers, in fact, several other sister papers came in and ran this. And they just had a different focus. They were looking for different kinds of stories than the ones that we normally send out. So if you regularly get the paper, you probably notice the tone slightly changed. for about a month. Anyway, our usual person's back and they're back.
Is that Hannah Richardson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also some of these at the end where it says that it wasn't published, some of these have since been published.
Yeah.
Because we went back and said, you might still want to publish it. That's what happens. They've got in, there's certainly been something on the River Ends, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just an overview. You know, if you were going to go to the nth degree of micromanage, you would like to know that, you know, you've sent it out. Because it's out of our hands, isn't it? Once we send it to the paper, they can do what they like with it. So you could say, we would like to know that this has been sent to the paper. And then, oh yes, it actually did get in the paper. But I don't, it's not worth the management time to do anything like that.
But they would have been published on our website. wouldn't they?
Everything's published on our website, everything's published on our social media. Sometimes things go on the radio or somewhere else, but don't go in the local paper just because different people are looking for different things.
Maybe you should alter those words then.
Yeah, because I thought, it almost sounds as though, and I thought, well, why have you actually added it to the list?
I thought they wrote it and then kept it in-house, not it didn't go anywhere.
I would just say at the top, publish refers to publication in local newspaper. All press releases are published on the town council website and promoted on social media. So it does say that at the top. But I must admit, I didn't notice. I only noticed
If
that.
you think that's unclear, we can change the formatting, it's not a problem, because I basically have an Excel document that keeps it running log,
Right.
so.
No, that's probably fine. You just got to learn to read these things, haven't you?
Unless you put an asterisk by those ones, and an asterisk with that thing at the top or something.
Because when you say publish then,
So
does that mean published to the paper or when the paper came out?
So I would say when we send out a press release, we're circulating it.
Right.
And if it appears in the local paper specifically, we say it's been published.
So all these dates will be Thursdays then, will they? When the paper is.
And then it's the Friday that you get.
Oh, okay.
So we'll check on the Friday.
So all these dates are Fridays then, are they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's, you know, it's not going to change the world. Is it? You know, it just shows the amount of work and time that the office spend doing bits and bobs behind the scenes.
Yeah, and on that note, actually, the press release days came back earlier, so I might mention this to all the councillors actually. We'll have to change the day that we're asking for quotes from chairs if we do need that.
Because of the change in format of the paper.
Oh, what Buckingham does.
Yeah.
Buckingham and
Buckingham and
Winslow, I think,
Buckingham
and local villages.
featuring Brackley and
Brackley and
Bicester.
What? Is that from when? Tomorrow.
months ago.
From this week, yeah.
It wasn't, was that last week? Or this?
No, I think
20?
it's from next week.
Okay.
Yeah. I was told about it last week, earlier this week, sorry. So not last week.
Yeah, so we may miss a couple of those deadlines then, as people get used to the chairs and stuff.
Yeah, we'll all have to get used to it.
Yeah.
The deadline is earlier.
Yeah, so we have internal deadlines for when we will make sure that we have sent a press release out in order to make sure that we have met the newspaper's deadlines to go to print.
Yeah.
And also more practically, the deadline of when they're putting the paper together, because it's not, not much use to send it on the morning that they go to print,
No.
it's too late.
No.
But it just means we have to pull everything back. If you were in a committee and you wanted to send a press release out on something urgently, it would be very tight to get it in for that week.
Okay.
Right, number 10, chairs items. Zilch, apart from the fact that say it's nice to sit here. Quite
You like the
chair.
view?
Can we move the chair? Date of next meeting, 1 o'clock again, in the chamber, or not? Is that an online one, 24th of November? It would not normally, is it? I thought we were alternating.
Yes, but we're out of sync.
We are, but in my diary, it was yesterday to meet as well.
Well, we changed from Wednesdays to Thursdays and from 2 p.m. to 1 p.m. And also the pattern, the alternating pattern we've missed.
Yes.
So this one was meant to be on 5 and the next one was meant to be in Camden. I think the next one does have to be present to talk about budget.
So we're in the chamber on the
On
24th.
Thursday, 24th, in here,
Yeah.
more people, please.
Mm.
How can we cajole others?
Well, they've got to, but if they did come along, we'd have to agree, wouldn't we? That would be an agenda item. They can't, although any councillor can join at the beginning of the council year. If they haven't joined and they decide they want to join, we have to agree that they can join, don't we? So we'd have to do that as item 1, so that then to help with chorusy, and I mean, we really do need more. 4 is ridiculous.
Should we have that as item 1 on all agendas, just in case somebody comes along and wants to join? Otherwise, it's going to be 2 meetings.
I feel like this is something I have to double check with Claire, but I don't see why not. I will check with her.
I think it's only an issue for this group, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the moment. I don't know quite how we would persuade them. And the trouble is, because it's daytime, it automatically excludes certain people.
Yes.
Talking to the people that aren't available in the day, none of them have seemed terribly interested.
It's not necessarily about being interested. It's about, you're a councillor. We need support on this group. It's part of the,
Should we
you
close the
agreed to
meeting
be a
first?
councillor. You should.
Should we finish?
Yeah,
that?
let's close the meeting. Thank you, everybody. And
Thank you.
good afternoon from me.
Okay.
Good afternoon from them.